Hi, and welcome to Window Cleaning Dude. In this episode, I'm going to be talking more about tracks and sills, and about adding that to your window cleaning service. So if you're new to window cleaning and you're starting your window cleaning business, one of the things you really need to be thinking about is not only when you're cleaning the windows and cleaning the screens, but you also need to be thinking about cleaning the tracks and the sills. So if you want to follow my program and the way that I do things and follow my success pattern, go to windowcleaningdude.com, and there you can get everything for free on how to clean windows and the patterns and the processes and the methods that I use. Part of the method or process that I use is my pricing structure. And with pricing, I always include the windows, the tracks, the sills, and the screens all in one price. If you go to windowcleaningdude.com, you can learn why I do that. But the main reason why I do that is to make sure that these things actually get done in the window cleaning process, and that I'm not trying to convince my customer to do these other steps of the window cleaning process besides just having the glass clean. The reason why you want to make sure that the customer has the tracks and sills clean is just for their own satisfaction with the price that they're paying you to have their windows clean. You don't want to just clean the glass and then not wipe down the tracks and sills. They're going to kind of feel like bummed out when they go to open the window and they're thinking, oh, I just had my windows clean, and then they look down like, oh, what's this? A bunch of dirt in the track, and the sills are dirty, and the screens are dirty. So that's why I include it all in one price. When I'm putting a customer and when I'm offering my service, it all comes as one price. When it comes to tracks and sills, always offer a free wipe down of the tracks and sills in your service. Obviously, some tracks are going to be way dirtier than other tracks, and if the tracks are really just gunked up with a lot of dirt and hair and you name it, then I will charge additional for that. And so when I'm quoting my customer over the phone, I simply say, my window cleaning service comes with free tracks and sills. So with that, that's a free wipe down of the tracks and sills. Do you think that your tracks need more than a free wipe down? If so, I also offer a deep clean track service where I will actually brush and vacuum the tracks, and that's an additional cost. But as far as the basic service, you get a free wipe down of the tracks and sills. At that point, you let the customer decide for themselves if they want to have their tracks brushed and vacuumed. Always offer the free track and sill wipe down, and then if they do want their tracks to have a deep clean, then you need to make sure you're bringing along your shop vac and your little detailing brush to scrub out the tracks. So if you do decide to do the deep clean, or I guess if the customer decides to do it and they're hiring you to do it, then you really want to probably do the tracks first before you do anything else at the house. So as soon as you get there, go in the house, pop out the screen, and then close the windows, and then come outside, grab your vacuum, grab your detailing brush, grab a wet rag, and then go in and start brushing and vacuuming the tracks, and then give them a basic wipe down at that point, right after you've brushed and vacuumed them. So they should look pretty clean at that point. In fact, they should be fully clean at that point. And then you're going to go outside after you've done all the tracks and sills, and then do your window cleaning on the outside. And then when you come back to do the inside, you're going to have to re-wipe the tracks, but that's okay because they're already going to be pretty clean at this point. But you want to re-wipe the tracks because water is actually going to run down the window on the outside, and then some of it's going to get down into the tracks. But the reason why you want to do all that brushing and vacuuming first is so that when that water runs down from the outside, it's not just creating a bunch of mud down the tracks. The last thing you want to do is clean the windows on the outside and then come inside and start cleaning the windows and then go to do the tracks and sills, and now you got all this mud in the tracks because you didn't brush and vacuum first. So that's when you want to brush and vacuum first. Otherwise, if you're not brushing and vacuuming first, then do not come in and wipe the tracks down first. Just clean the outside of the windows first, then come in and clean the inside, and then wipe down the tracks. Because it's a free wipe down, and it's not going to be, picture perfect in terms of the corners and all that, because you're not going to be brushing and vacuuming. As far as the sills are concerned, I would never charge extra for wiping down the sills. Only way I would charge extra for wiping down a sill would be if they had like a ton of gooey, gunky stuff on the sill that's just not coming off, and at that point that's going to have to be negotiated. I don't typically run into that problem because most of the homes you clean are going to be like nice middle class homes where they don't have that issue. If you do have that issue, it's probably going to be like on one windowsill, maybe like in a kid's room or something, and there's probably not going to be that much gunk that you're going to want to feel like you need to charge extra for. But if you are doing like maybe a construction cleanup, or you are cleaning a home that is being repossessed, like a home in a bad neighborhood, or maybe they just didn't even care to do anything to the house or clean anything, then you might want to start thinking about charging extra for sills, but typically that's not going to be an issue. Now, one issue that might come up is the homeowner might want you to actually clean the frame of the window itself. Typically, most frames are already pretty clean to begin with. If you do find a homeowner wanting you to clean the frame, then I would charge extra for that because that's going to cost you a lot more in terms of time. It takes time to wipe down a frame entirely and to get it looking nice and clean. If a homeowner asks for the frames, I would say in my basic service, that does not come in the basic service. I do not offer a free wipe down of the frames. If you'd like me to wipe down the frames, I'm going to charge an extra $2 or an extra $3. Just depending on how dirty they are. So you might even give them a range. You might say, I will charge anywhere from $2 to $5 per frame, depending on how dirty the frame is. That way that gives them the hope of, oh, well, maybe, I can get it for $2, when in fact, chances are you're probably going to charge $3, $4, even $5 per frame, because it is going to be time consuming and you want to make your hourly rate that you've kind of set for yourself. My hourly rate for my own self is $50 to $100 per hour. That's what I like to make. If I'm not making that range, then I'm not really happy with the service, and so I'm not happy with what I'm offering the customer. So then if I ever go back to that house, then I'm going to charge more. Typically my range is about $75 an hour, but my low is $50 and my high is $100. That's where you want to be also if you want to start making $100,000 or more a year in window cleaning. So I guess the last thing I really say about cleaning tracks and sills as your service is that you just want to make sure it's worth your while. Typically it is worth your while in your basic service for the free wipe down of the tracks and sills. But like I said, if those tracks are super dirty, have your vacuum on hand, take your vacuum every day and your detailing brushes, so that if you get there and find that in fact they really do need brushing and vacuuming, you can then upsell the customer. And if the customer does not want to do it, then simply say, I only offer a free wipe down of the tracks and sills with my service. If you don't want the deep clean, then it's not going to be that great considering how dirty the tracks are. I'm just going to give it a basic wipe down. I'm not going to be spending a bunch of time trying to dig all this stuff out of the tracks, and you just need to be upfront and honest with them. And if they give you a hard time with that, then you can either proceed to clean their windows or leave. I've never really had that issue happen with any customers. Typically people understand if their tracks are really dirty, and if you come to them and just are honest and be like, hey, these are really bad, they really need to be brushed and vacuumed, they're going to be like, okay, go ahead and do it. How much is it going to be? That's usually going to be the response you get. So other people might be like, well, I don't want to do that, and just say, well, I'm just going to offer a free wipe down, then it's not going to get everything, and they'll be like, okay, and it's no big deal. All right, well, I hope you found once again, some value in this video, and please give me the thumbs up if you did enjoy this video and found valuable content here. Also, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button to be a part of this window cleaning community here on YouTube, and to show YouTube that you are finding these videos worthwhile. It certainly helps out with my channel. Visit windowcleaningdude.com, and there you will find everything for free on how to start a window cleaning business and everything you need to know from start to finish on a window cleaning business in terms of everything legal wise, business wise, how to use the tools, where to find these tools, how to do the process of window cleaning, my step-by-step process, and of course everything we talked about here today and more is all free on windowcleaningdude.com. And don't forget to hit that notification bell for more videos coming out, and be sure to comment down below if there's anything that I didn't cover that you would like to see more of or want to know more about. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for joining me.